Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 30th of July 2021. I'm going to use the Mystic Fairy Tarot for today's reading. Let's see what Friday is all about and what the cards have to say. So let's have a look. Friday the 30th. Okay, so the first card is the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Wands, and the Tower. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is the 10th card in the Major Arcana, and it's a card that says your circumstances are always changing, and there is some sort of rhyme or reason to what you're doing here on planet Earth. You do have a destiny, you do have a path through life, but something is happening on this day, at this moment, that feels like a life event, that feels like a significant milestone on your journey, and it's something that you're going to remember. So the Wheel of Fortune card I often look at as the crossroads card, because you come to a point in your life where you say, oh, okay, wow, this is important, this is happening right now, and I've got a choice to make. I can go left, right, or straight ahead. So something changes, you're made to come to some sort of decision and to change your direction because something really significant happens. So there's a great sense of importance associated with what you're doing at the moment. And I really feel that you have strong self-belief and that you're not overly concerned with what's going on around you. You really are paying attention to kind of the inner workings going on, and you're trying to make sense of that. Then we've got the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is extreme in that she wants to live her life purpose and she wants to do something that's important and meaningful, but she's not the Queen of Wands or the King of Wands, so she hasn't got it right 100%. And if she's interrupted or if she doesn't get what she wants, then she can blow up and get angry. And we've got the Tower here, which is about real structures coming undone and certain securities that you've enjoyed for a long time are lost, or they kind of exit your everyday experience, and there's an opening for something new to come in. So it's interesting because I get the sense there's a super strong focus on the self, and because you're trying to figure things out, you have less patience for other people who are coming at you or demanding something of you or asking you to kind of share your attention with them as well as what you're doing. Then that uncertainty, coupled with this great ambition to get somewhere, really creates a kind of charged atmosphere where there's a lot of friction and tension. So I would really try and deliberately have some time and space for other people on this day to realize that, you do have the whole day to kind of pursue what it is you want. But if you're just navel gazing and completely self-absorbed, you're going to cause more problems than you will solutions on this day. So first of all, try and balance this out and realize that everyone else is on a journey as well, and that their experience is just as important as yours, and that if they ask you for help or if they ask you to support them, then that's actually kind of a compliment. It's nothing to get really uptight about, or that ought to give you the sense that I need to protect myself and I need to shut down. That's, I think if you're going down that route, then you've gone for this extreme tendency. Now, the Wheel of Fortune in itself, we've got the Wheel of the Zodiac here, and we've got this purple winged fairy on top of it. So it's kind of a keeper of this wisdom that we're not privy to. So we're all going through our lives and trying to manifest the best things possible. But then in hindsight, we can look back and say, okay, that season was really positive and summery, and that was a low point. But if only we had access to this kind of guardian who could show us shortcuts or an easier way forward, then we'd feel more secure about the whole thing. So in this case, the card is also talking about this need to reach out and to get guidance and support and to ask other people and our guides and our angels for support, and that can be a little bit lost because it gets so fearful and frightening. So there are people out there who've been where you are. There are ways of connecting spiritually that will illuminate your path again if you feel like you've lost your way a little bit. Ultimately, you do have access to this. You don't just have to look at your life in hindsight. You can ask for guidance and support so that you go forward in the best possible way and use the best aspect of the Knight of Wands, which is a real certainty that life can be exciting and fun, and that something meaningful needs to be done urgently because there is only so much time. So it's this youthful approach of, I need to do something that makes me feel alive. So it kind of zooming out a little bit and taking the pressure off, I think, is really helpful. So rather than going through the day and saying, do you know what, I'm on my journey and everything is really important, it's going to manifest instantly, and if anyone kind of distracts me from my path, I'm going to be completely distracted and everything's going to go to smithereens. You know, if you look at it that way, there's a real sense of threat. And trying to reduce that sense of threat by saying, my journey is just as valid as anyone else's. Let's look at the most joyous, most productive way forward so that I can spend time looking at something that I enjoy doing and that broadens my horizons. The same way everyone else has the right to experience that. Then you're really able to build something new and add to a situation that seems threatening or dangerous, or something has been left in ruins, then you're able to add something to it and to improve the situation. If you go through the day feeling fearful and like you're so much under pressure already that one more thing is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back, then you're really heading down a direction that could cause more problems in your life. And the tower in itself is something that is solid. So it can be a way of thinking, or a group of people, or a relationship, a marriage, a financial source of income. It's anything that's really reliable. Like the mushrooms are growing underneath this tower because it's been there for a while and they expect it to be there the next day. So when the tower does come along and it's hit by lightning and it blows up, it's a huge upheaval. And you can have a major upheaval in a positive way by, ironically, zooming out of your life purpose and focusing on joy and then finding it somehow and being able to build with it, or being excessively afraid of what's going on and feeling vulnerable and lacking and attacked. That's going to make you even angrier and it's going to make you lash out, and that then can have a really negative impact on a permanent relationship, your job, an actual relationship with another person. And it can also put a damper on you actually finding what it is you want to be doing, because you're so distracted being angry and trying to defend yourself that you miss out on the joy and you miss out on this path that opens up in front of you. So what I'm getting is, be teachable and be willing to talk to your spiritual mentor and to say, hey, you know, buddy, listen up here. I'm on this journey. I've been through valleys and mountaintops, and I have no idea where I am at the moment. So please give me a clue, you know, give me a heads up, tell me what I'm doing, and tell me what I can do at this moment to make my life rich and joyous and fun, and how I can bring that into my life more consistently. And also, if there are things that are problematic or that make me feel insecure, please show me how to not blow that up into something that's much bigger than it actually ought to be, causing me to react in a defensive way, which has an unwanted outcome of creating even more upheaval in things that I'd like to be reliable and secure and certain. So it's the kind of day that reminds you that nothing's guaranteed in life, that bad things happen, that good things happen. And the only thing that you can really control is asking yourself, am I alive in this present moment? Am I doing something that really makes me feel alive? Or am I afraid and trying to fight for my future? So you do have a choice, and ultimately, the best paths in your life aren't going to be the ones that feel most secure, but where you're challenged and where you're pushed to really experience every moment. And it's through those experiences, which often don't feel great. I mean, often you look back on some of the best times in your life and it was like, well, actually, that was really stressful, but it's still one of the best times of your life. So the extra kind of pressure ought to reveal something in you that is like a safe haven and a real joy. And if you find yourself getting hooked into the arguments and the negativity and the self-righteous indignation and defense of yourself and why you're doing certain things and why you're allowed to, etc., then you've really fallen for it. So it's not the most straightforward day, but it can have a really long-term positive outcome in that you are discovering a new structure by tapping into joy, or that it's a day of loss where through anger and through ulterior motives, you behave in a way that means certain things are lost and you have the need to replace them then afterwards. So I know which I'm going to try and choose. I'm going to try and listen and really see what's going on for me just as valuable and interesting and worthy as anyone else's stuff, and see what makes me feel good on the day and how I can bring more more of that into my life, rather than focusing on attacks or things that make me feel insecure. And that's interesting because that's a lesson for life. But it's important to be aware of that today, because when things are threatening, we tend to clam up. It's natural. We tend to protect ourselves. But today, protection actually complicates things. So stay open and look at the good stuff. Number-wise, we've got 10 and 1 is 11. And 16 is 27. 2 and 7 is 9. 9 is the Hermit in the Tarot. And in numerology, it's spirituality and completion. So it is a big karmic day. It is something that's important as it relates to your destiny. And you have the opportunity to lose something you don't like and you don't want. So something that's oppressive or that holds you back, and complete that. But you don't want to complete and get rid of things which actually serve you. So it still is about perspective and looking at what's important and manifesting that. And ideally freeing yourself and making the experience lighter and more suitable to your needs, or creating extra difficulties which you then have to tidy up afterwards. So have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe and share the video online. Have a fabulous Friday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.